What's up YouTube, NCG here, bringing you one of the 2 TCG exclusive decks, and that is Subterror. Now that we finally got to the end, and it's taken Konami so long to give the deck the one card it needed desperately, the deck's now viable. Not that it wasn't before, but before you had to play loads of little flip monsters from old, which I really enjoyed actually. It was quite fun playing Swarm of Scarabs, Des Lakota, and you'll see in this deck that I've kind of kept something in there just because for a bit of fun. Now, it's a bit of a rogue deck. It's not going to crush locals. It's not going to crush the meta, but it is quite fun to play. You know, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it at the moment. So without further ado, I'm going to crack straight into it for you guys. So, let's zoom in a little bit better. There we go. We play triple Subterror Fiendess. Now, I love this card so much. The artwork is amazing. Its effect is amazing. So during either player's turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard, then target one Subterror monster you control, negate the activation, then change the targeted monster to face down defense position. So it's very, very nice. Not only does it then make your effects live of the rest of your Subterrors in your hand, you know, it's a negate effect. It's absolutely amazing. You can target one face-up monster so its second effect is you can target one face-up monster you control, change it to face-down defense position, and if you do, special summon one Subterror monster from your hand or graveyard in face-up or face-down defense position. Only use the effect of Fiendess once per turn. So again, it's another one to unlock your hands, unlock your graveyards. She targets herself, bang, straight away, and then off you go from your hand. Great card, absolutely amazing. We then play 2 Subterror Nemesis Warrior. Again, you can add Rhoda into this deck if you want to thin it out a little bit. We used to be playing 3, but you don't actually need it as much now. So during either player's turn, you send one Subterror monster from your deck to the graveyard, tribute this card and at least one other monster, so the total original levels tributed equal or exceed the level of that Subterror monster in the graveyard. And if you do, special summon that monster in face up or face down defense position. If a Subterror Behemoth monster is flipped face up, while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card. Only use each effect once per turn. So it's a very, very nice way of getting one of your big behemoths from your deck to grave to then field. And obviously the ability to revive himself is awesome, so you don't need to plug him too much. We then play 1 Subterror Nemesis Archer. Now, I'm not 100% set on playing her at 1 at the moment. I actually really, really like her. And there is a Metaphose build that abuses her quite nicely to get the rest of the Subterrors out. Again, artwork is awesome, and when you get to the behemoth, you'll see how each of the how the art type kind of links around, which is very, very nice. So, at the start of the damage step, if this card attacks an opponent's face down defense position monster, and you control another Subterror monster, you can shuffle that opponent's monster into the deck. Very, very nice. Doesn't, as far as I can see, it doesn't target, and also it shuffles, not destroys, so it's very, very nice. You can shuffle that opponent's monster into deck. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you special summon one Subterror monster from your deck. In face up or face down defense position, you can only use each effect once per turn. Now the behemoths have the effect that they can flip themselves face down. So not only does Nemesis Archer bring you one out, you can then flip them face up and then flip them back face down and unlock the rest of your hand. So it's very, very cool, which is why she again helps unlock the deck a little bit more. But you don't need to plug her, you don't need to flood her, because as soon as you get her effect off, that's it. She's kind of not, you don't want to be drawn into her, she's not as useful as she was before. Now there is a Terratop build that you play the Terratop engine, or if you wanted to, you could play the Predaplant engine to search out your instant fusion, and in doing so, you can then play more archers, because you can go into stuff like Breaksword, popping your archers, bringing out your behemoths. You can go into stuff like MX Saber Invoker, which they can then special summon out your warrior, and stuff like that. So then if you special summon out your warrior, you've already got your instant fusion, warrior's effect, sends, and then you can just do more. It just works really, really nicely. Now onto the behemoths. So we play 2 Omnistrix. Now as you can see, this is what I was saying about the artwork overlaying. So because this was one of the first ones to come out, you can see right at the bottom, Nemesis Warrior right there having a good old fight with this behemoth. Anyway, so flip effect. This you can target one monster your opponent controls, banish it. You can only use this effect once per turn. When a face-up monster you control is flip face down, if you control no face-up monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. All the behemoths share that effect, and they also share this one. Once per turn, you can change this card to face down defense position. Again, they all share that effect. So his unique effect is when it's flipped, you target one monster and banish it. Next up, we play 2 Stalagmote. Again, absolute beast. And again, there's Nemesis Warrior right down there for you. So his flip effect is you discard one Subterror monster, and if you do, draw 2 cards. Very, very nice. And then the rest of the effect is the exact same. We then play one Subterror Behemoth Ultra. Now, as you see, this one's really hard to see, but right up there in the top corner, I'll try and do it without losing too much focus. Right up there, it's very hard to see, but if you do have a copy, you've got Warrior and you've got Archer right there. So again, very nice attention to detail on the artwork, so amazing detail. This card is you can change all other face-up monsters on the field to face-down defense position, so not only can it reset all of your Subterrors, it can also flip all your opponent's monsters, so it's basically a Book of Eclipse but without the draw effect. We play one Subterror Behemoth Foso Glacier, whatever. This card is a damn shame because it would look absolutely beautiful as a super or an ultra or a high rarity. And again, right there, hidden in its scale, you can see Fiendess having a good old fight. Basically, it's a flip effect is you can send one card from your deck to the graveyard, so it's basically your Foolish Burial. He can send your stuff, like when we get to it, your glow-up bulbs and your tuners and stuff like that to fill up your grave to then get your tuner and synchro plays going. Yeah, not much more needs to be said about that. And then Stygo Kraken, again, its flip effect is you target, so right down there is, I believe that's Archer, right in the corner there. Anyway, enough of the history lesson on Subterrors. You can flip it, so you target one set card, you target set cards on the field equal to the number of Subterror Behemoth monsters you control, destroy them. So he can be anything from an MST all the way up to a Heavy Storm. He's very nice, flip, pop, dom. It's very, so if you can, there's a nice combo flipping this guy up, flipping everything face down, and then flipping this guy up, and then he just goes boom. So it's very nice. And then this is my own personal touch. I really like this card. It was funny to play back in the old days. Now this can easily come out, like there's no argument for or against it. But Flip Flop Frog. Now the reason I play Flip Flop Frog is he's one of the very few flip cards. So basically once per turn you flip this card into face down defense position. When this card is flipped face up, you return monsters your opponent controls to the owner's hand up to the number of face up frog monsters you control except Frog the Jam. So basically Flip Flop Frog will bounce an opponent's card and it returns, so it doesn't target. So it's a very nice compulse during your opponent's turn if they attack into it. Also, you use his effect, flipping face down, it then unlocks your behemoths in your hand. Now, obviously, unlike there's Lakoda and Swarm of the other things, they need to be flip summoned, so you wouldn't get the effect if your opponent ran into this. But if your opponent runs into this, you just go send it back, and then you've already set your board with your behemoths. Next up, Double Gamma-Seal, the Sea Turtle Kaiju. Now you can really make this deck as meta, as counter to the meta as you want. You can main Droll and Lockbird, you can main Ghost Ogres and Snow Rabbits, and you can main Ash Blossoms. Now I've tried to keep this as cheap as I can, which is why there aren't Ash Blossoms in here. But you can play them in. It also then unlocks your synchro plays as well. But it's just how bad you want to make the deck counteractive to the meta. Now, maining Kaijus is very nice because there is a synchro card, Moonrose Dragon, which you can Kaiju your opponent, make Moonrose, bounce this back, so on and so forth. And you don't want your opponent disrupting your plays with stuff like Masterpiece, stuff like Trident. So you give them a Gamma Seal and you're unlocked and you're free to go, especially when they want to be popping your field spell. So next up onto the tuners. Now you can change these out. So the main one that you want to be playing and you kind of have to play is Glow-Up Bulb. This unlocks your ability into Nat Beast and so many others. Trishula, it's unreal. So this is one of your most important ones, but it is one of the most expensive ones. I think it's about like £6 to £8 as a gold, but it is very important. Now the remaining of the tuners I've put in there just so we have more access to our extra deck for our synchro plays rather than just our XYZ plays. So I'll play the one Jet Synchron again purely because you get your normal summon effect and then you get its second effect, so you send one card from your hand to the graveyard and then special summon it back. And the exact same with Plague Spreader Zombie, just purely because you can dump it in your grave with Foolish Burial or with wherever he's hiding, Glacier, because it just says one card and you kind of go from there. But you can easily take these out. You can make these Ash Blossoms, you can make these Ghost Ogres, you can make these whatever you want. I've just put them in there so I have more access to the synchro plays. As you can see, a very big chunk of monsters right there. Now onto the spells. Triple Hidden City and Triple Terraforming. Now, Hidden City, let's put that to the top while we quickly go over it. So, Hidden City, when this card is activated, you add one Subterror monster from your deck to your hand. Now, you're normally searching out Fiendess or Archer, depending on what you've got in your hand. Once per turn, you can change one face-down defense position monster, one face-down defense position Subterror monster you control to face-up attack or defense position. Once per turn, so basically, if you use the effects of like Archer and stuff like that, you put them face down, use Hidden Cities to flip them face up to get their effects off, and then use their own effects to flip them back face down. Once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can change one face-down defense position Subterror monster you control to face-up attack position or defense position. Then you can negate the attack. You can only activate one Hidden City per turn. So it's very, very nice. You know, flipping up your monsters to then interrupt your opponent's plays. Double Instant Fusion. Now, is a very insanely good play with Instant Fusion. I'm even tempted to bump this up to 3. So our 2 targets are Norden and Raijin. So invoked Raijin. Now the reason Invoke Raijin is very good is because you Instant Fusion him out, use his effect to flip himself face down, and then you unlock your hand. So it's very, very nice, which is why I'm tempted to bump it up to 3. But then if I bump it up to 3, I do want ways of clearing out the third useless one if I do draw into it. Double MNST, these can be any back row hate you want. These can be Twin Twisters, but you do discard quite a lot, or they can be Cosmic Cyclones. So very, very down to you and how you want to play the meta. 1 for 1, this gets you into your Fiendises, and this also gets you into your Glark Bolt and Jet Synchron, so there's other ways of getting into your Synchro plays. Foolish Burial, again, another way to get into your Synchro plays. You don't have to play this, you can take this out, it's very, very easy to do so. And then the one Dark Hole and the one Raigeki just for board wipes. You can easily play double Dark Hole if you wish, just to keep it as cheap as you want. And again, that's it for the spells. Now onto the traps. So the brand new trap, Subterror Final Battle. Artwork amazing. I so wish this was a higher rarity. Just for the artwork. The artwork is amazing. It's got absolutely everything on it. You've got Fiendess there. You've got one of the big behemoths at the back there. Archer, Warrior, and then I can't remember the name, the guy's name, but the other one that came out in Raging Tempest. Anyway, activate one of these effects. Also, after that, set this card face down instead of sending it to the graveyard. So it's very, very nice. It's a resetting trap. Change one set Subterror monster on the field to face up attack position or defense position. Change one face up Subterror monster on the field to face down defense position. Attack and defense of one Subterror monster on the field becomes equal to its combined original attack and defense until the end of this turn. This turn, activated effects of Subterrors cannot be negated, so it's very, very nice. Now, there are people playing Kingdom of the Kings, or Tomb of the Kings, I believe it is, which allows you to activate traps to turn their set. So it's very, very good because you can set this card, activate Temple of the Kings, activate this card, set it again, and then activate Kingdom to activate it again. So you can use it twice in a turn, which is very, very nice because it's not once per turn. So it's brutally broken with that combo, but it's a little bit too slow for the game. You can put it in, absolutely fine, for a bit of fun. I don't own one myself, but I will be looking into one just for trying it out. Then I play one Quaking, one Storming. Now, this is just an example. You can play any mixture you want. This is just for a bit of extra protection. One monsters are face down, defense position. And if I don't have City or anything like that, I don't want to overextend too much. So Quaking and Storming are my 2 favourite cards. Drowning is not going to be very useful for you. You don't want to be destroying your opponent's cards all the time. So Storming, bouncing them back to hand, or Quaking, setting them down. So it's down to you for personal preference. And then one Solemn Warning, just because it's the out to everything. It's the out to Masterpiece without much interruption from your opponent. Okay, now onto the extra. I'll try and speed through this because we have gone a little bit longer. So Trishula, easily made with Norden, Warrior and Glark Bulb, as well as other plays. Vermilion Dragon Mech, again, you play a lot of tuners, you can recycle your tuners, you can pop cards on the field, and he's made quite nicely with Stalagmo, I believe it is, the level 7. Omnistrix, sorry, and Plague Spreader Zombie, there we go, Brain Fart. And again, with the exact same combo you make Trish, you can make Vermilion Dragon. Clearwing Synchro Dragon, again, very, very nice, level 7, easily made as well. As well as Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. Ancient Fairy Dragon, which is, again, is very, very nice because you get a special summon one level 4 or lower monster from your hand. You can't conduct your battle phase, but if you're going first, it's absolutely fine. Put this in defense position, 3k defender, and then basically you can, once per turn, destroy a field spell card, and if you do, gain 1,000 life points, then you add a field spell card from your deck to your hand. So he's a very, very nice searcher, and again, very, very nice pop to gain life. One Coral Dragon, because you have the ability to get into 6s with Plague Spreader Zombie and stuff like that. And then this can easily be a Charge Warrior. I just chose this because it had better attack, and the discard to pop as well works quite nicely. One High Speed Roy Chambara if you want to be more aggressive. but then you do have your Nat Beast ability if you want to be a bit more defensive. So you can make Shambara with, obviously you can make both of these, no sorry, you make this one with Glow Up Bubble Warrior, you make this one with, you can make it with Glow Up Bubble Warrior, or you can make it with Jet Synchron Warrior. So it really depends on what you have in your hand. Norden and Raijin for your fusion plays. Already told you the combo with this, very, very nice, I love it. And then we play Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max, because if you do have 2 Stalagmo on board, overlay those, do your damage with those, overlay burn for 2k, you know, very, very nice. Utopia package, very nice. Castell, and then the new stable card, Tornado Dragon. Very, very good. I love this card, love the artwork, love everything about it. I was so happy when I picked one of these up. So I highly recommend you do the same as well, because it's a very, very nice staple and can disrupt plays with activating field spells and whatnot. So yes, that is that. That is a Subterror deck as pure as I could possibly make it. You can take out the flip-flop frogs if you want to make it a bit more pure, but then you'll just be replacing it with possibly Ghost Ogres. So yeah, that is it. Thanks for watching. I will try and get a Spiral deck up here for you as well, so we can compare the two. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and until next time, guys, see ya.